Now, as we all know, every hero needs a love interest. But this time, instead of Mary Jane Watson, we get her in the form of Gwen Stacy, played by Emma Stone.
Yeah, so how did you feel about this development?
I felt that the chemistry between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone was really well done.
And something, a bit trivia for you, Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone are actually going out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so understandably the chemistry should work. I mean, it's like, you know, with Twilight, with Robert Pattinson and the other woman, what's her name?
Kirsten Stewart.
Thank you. You see, I don't watch Twilight. Apparently they were going out, and you can't see any chemistry at all. What? Oh, don't even try it. So yeah, how does she compare to Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane? And before you say anything, we can actually compare the two, because the Mary Jane in the Sam Raimi films is actually an amalgamation of Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane Watson. So I feel we can actually compare the two characters. So how did you feel?
I thought that Gwen Stacy was like the comics. Like, she's very kind of this geeky girl, very reserved.
Yeah, definitely, and yeah, she's got like Peter Parker. She's got that social awkwardness to her. It's like one particular scene we need to note is the scene where Peter Parker's coming out of his headmaster's office, runs into Gwen Stacy in the lockers and everything, and then he's trying to ask her out on a date, and he can't find the words, and they pretty much just hold a whole communication using pretty much no words whatsoever. It's literally just them stuttering and acting awkward, but it's their body language and gestures that kind of really makes it believable. Definitely.
Gwen Stacy was placed really well in this film. But say, for example, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man film, there was no point of putting Gwen Stacy in it.
No, it's like, because as I said before, the Mary Jane in that film was an amalgamation of Mary Jane Watson and Gwen Stacy. To even put Gwen Stacy in those films is just, like, why? You know, she literally served no purpose to the plot whatsoever. I think Gwen Stacy was far better than Mary Jane Watson from Sam Raimi. So definitely, because something that always got up my nose was the fact that Peter Parker felt he needed to buy a car in order to impress her. So it's like, word of advice, people. If a girl will only be impressed by you because you've got a sports car, she's not the right girl for you, okay? So she just came across to me as being very shallow, you know, for that. That's always annoyed me. But Gwen Stacy, I liked her in the comics, and I like her in this film. She's like a very, very lovable woman, and I really hope this goes the distance.
And it's very believable. And as I said before about Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone's chemistry, it was natural. It didn't feel very forced.
Definitely.
It felt believable. It wasn't like, oh yeah, forced chemistry, shove it down our throats.
So something we should also note, I believe Gwen Stacy is the very first woman in a superhero movie who doesn't need to be saved.
Exactly.
I think. So we watched the film twice, and as far as I can recall, I actually think the one time she had to be saved was when when Spider-Man's got Gwen Stacy and goes, "Okay, I'm going to throw you out the window now." It was that bit. Even then, she wasn't kidnapped or anything like that. She put herself in harm's way. She hit the lizard with a trophy. I just thought it was very funny. Yeah, so she put herself in harm's way. She didn't get kidnapped or any of the stupid things. She plays like a vital asset to the plot. She's the one who creates the antidote to cure the lizard. You know, she doesn't play the typical damsel in distress. She plays like a key role in this film.
Finally, not a damsel in distress this time. Mary Jane was such an annoying, bitch.
Yeah.
That she was always needing to be saved all the time.
Yeah, so it actually got really annoying. It's sort of like, oh, come on, look, Venom, can you think of something different? Everybody kidnaps Mary Jane Watson, can't you? I don't know, kidnap Aunt May, you know, at least you're trying to make something original, you know.
Everyone kidnaps Mary Jane Watson because she is a bitch.
That's why. We're just like, Peter Parker, get shot of her, please. Just like, find someone else, you know.
And Kirsten Dunst's portrayal.
Yeah, we're nothing against Kirsten Dunst's acting, by the way. We do feel she's a very good actress. Yeah. It's just her character we hate.
The character Mary Jane she was quite annoying. But with Gwen Stacy, I liked her.
Yeah. Now we move on to the supervillain of the film, Dr. Curtis Connors, aka the Lizard, as played by Rhys Ifans. Now, how did you feel about this villain?
Well, I thought that it was a very interesting villain. I actually felt his motivation.
Definitely, yeah.
And I felt that he was very developed.
So I don't know about you, but it's like, when I hadn't really seen anything with Rhys Ifans in it, and the only thing I've seen is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, when he played Xenophilus Lovegood, I think I'm saying that right. And so I didn't see anything new of it. And when I saw him in an interview and he had that, and him talking, I was like, is that him? Is it some Welsh guy? Who's this guy? But then when you see him, it's just like, wow. This is because it's almost reminded me of Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. You know, that's a good thing, by the way. Yeah, it's like, just brilliant. You could really kind of feel for his motivation. Especially, the most moving scene for me was when he was like reaching out his hand, and there was like the glass, and you could see the reflection, so it's like that.
Yeah.
That was like a really powerful moment. You could see that he really wanted his arm back. He was willing to do, like, go to extreme lengths to do that.
Ifans played, it was very convincing. He portrayed a very flawed man.
Yeah.
Wanting to grow his arm back, and I, for once, for a villain, I didn't think, right, I hate the Lizard, he's getting on my nerves. I actually felt for him. Actually,
yeah, because and his motivation for me made sense, because it's kind of excuse me, because it's explained like in this video diary that he does that which are not even that. It was explained like way at the beginning of the film that what he wants to do is change the world and change humanity, make it better. And then when he becomes the Lizard and he gets this raw power, he wants to give that to other people. Okay, so it's not like the typical supervillain where he wants to dominate everyone. He wants to give everyone what he's got, which is like super strength, being able to regenerate limbs, longevity, that kind of thing. You know, it's like that. It's not mad scientist, more misunderstood scientist.
Because I think what he's doing, his motives and his intentions are right. It's just his ways of going about it.
That's it, yeah. And have you noticed that the Lizard never actually kills?
No.
Well, he does, but we won't reveal just yet.
Yeah.
But you can kind of see that there is some aspect of Connor's personality still controlling the Lizard, hence why he does it. Yes, he puts innocent people in danger, but he never actually, for the most part, kills anybody.
What I like about the Lizard, and he even in his lizard form, he showed intelligence.
Yeah.
He wasn't like a typical all thick idiot like, say, the Rhino.
No, yeah,
in the comics.
That's what I was afraid of, because it's very easy when you've got like an animalistic villain like the Lizard. It's very easy just to make him just be an animal or a beast. You know, turn him into pretty much like the Hulk with a tail. You know, but I liked how the intelligence kind of came through, and Rhys Ifans actually does the motion capture for the Lizard, uses the same technology as Avatar, apparently. So Rhys Ifans, well done.
One of my favourite scenes of the Lizard is when he realises that he's got his arm back.
Yeah.
You actually feel excitement, and he is actually pleased.
It's quite... It's kind of, it starts off being actually quite icky and gross. It's sort of like, what the hell was that? But then when you see his facial expression, when his hand sort of blossoms like that, it's just kind of like, oh wow, that's amazing. Shame it's going to turn into a giant green monster, but you know, but still, this bit was like, oh.
At first, I was a bit sceptical about how the Lizard will look, even before the trailers, because I was like, the Lizard.
Yeah, because when we found out that they got rid of the snout, we were a little bit like, ooh, okay, are you sure? Are you sure? You know, that kind of thing. But to be honest, it actually helped the character in a way. You could kind of relate to him a lot more because there was like readable expressions.
Yeah.
So
it was actually done right.
Yeah.